Okay, so we all know people be lying up and sometimes even down these streets. It's gotten so bad that barely anyone can tell the difference between truth and lies. So, next time you suspect someone might be lying to you, use one of these 9 proven methods that are all but guaranteed to help you catch the liar in the act. Okay, so many know that when someone starts to lie, their heart rate speeds up a bit. This is an involuntary response associated with the nervousness involved with lying. So what you need to do is, as quickly and swiftly as possible, place your hands on the liar's neck so that you can track their pulse. Ensure that you press hard and with both hands so that you can give yourself the best chance to feel their heart rate. Make sure that you press right on their pulse, right, squeeze right where that blood be pumping. If you feel like their heart rate is a little bit faster than normal, then I hate to break it to you, but that person is definitely lying to you, and you should basically stop believing whatever they tell you. For this method, you need to approach the liar with a long and complex math problem that takes a lot of brain power to solve. Immediately after they finish solving the math problem, confront them with the question you think that they will try to lie about. Because they just used up all their brain power, and lying takes more thought than telling the truth, they'll have no choice but to just tell you the truth. Okay, so if you suspect that someone is lying to you, go ahead and reach into your wallet and pull out $5. Then go ahead and flash it around a bit and tell them you'll pay them $5 to tell the truth. Of course, they're just going to be like, "What are you talking about? I am telling the truth," or whatever liars normally say. That's because $5 is just $5 and was merely a distraction for your real trick. Next, you're going to pull out $10 and wave it around. Confronted with this much cash, the liar will have no choice but to tell you the truth, leaving everyone happy and rich. Okay, so sometimes people are lying because they're worried about how others will perceive them and are scared to be embarrassed. So, what you can do is tell them your most embarrassing secret first. Tell them about the time you peed your pants in the 4th grade or how your girlfriend left you for your boyfriend. Something that will help them lower their guard and feel more comfortable opening up and telling the truth. After you've shared your story, the other person will likely feel a lot more comfortable and open. Here on the App Store, there are tons of lie detector apps that make it so easy to catch people lying. These apps are guaranteed to work because why else would Apple allow them on their platform if they didn't work? I'm pretty sure if they didn't work, you could sue Bill Gates or something. Here, let's test one out just to make sure if it works or not. I'm not extremely sad and lonely, and I love my life. See, it works. Okay, so for this one, the first thing you'll need to do is learn how to do a backflip from a standing position. After you've done that, approach the liar but don't say anything. Instead, you need to do a backflip right in front of them. They'll likely think that was pretty cool but a little odd. They might even consider praising your abilities. That's when you do a second backflip. They'll probably think it was a little strange, but it could just be a random coincidence. That's when you perform the third and final backflip, establishing a clear pattern of backflip excellence. And after that, you can pretty much just ask the liar any question you want, and they kind of have to tell you the truth. Because think about it, would you lie to a person who just did 3 backflips in a row right in your face? No way. So we all know everyday liars delete text messages or emails to cover their tracks. However, in some cases, you might want to consider asking them to see their steps. So most phones track their owner's steps when their phone is in their pocket, and this could, in some cases, be a great indication if someone is lying or not. For example, if someone is claiming that they were at home all day, their steps probably look something like this. These are the steps from my last lazy day at home. Whereas if they were out partying, their steps probably look something like this. These are the steps from my last night out drinking. Liars most likely never really think to delete this data because why would they? And if someone actually did delete a day of health data, that would be even more suspicious. Because what could possibly be the reason to delete harmless data that's tracking your steps? More so, it's a lot more innocent to ask someone to see their health data than it is to see their private messages, and you could easily just bring this up in natural conversation. Like, oh, look how many steps I took today. How many steps did you take, Jeremy? So a lot of times when people lie, they've already thought through the fake thing that they plan on telling people ahead of time. To counter this, you can ask unexpected questions that the liar likely hasn't had time to prepare for or factored into their web of lies. For example, if someone was claiming to be at a bar during the night in question, you can ask what color was the ceiling, or what did it smell like, or did you see any unusual artwork hanging on the walls? You can also try to confuse them by asking questions out of sequence like where did you go after the bar, then where were you before? This makes it harder for them to keep the lie straight in their mind. The more questions you ask a potential liar, the more you force them to lie. And the more you force them to lie, the more likely it is something will slip that undoes their web of lies. So just keep pressing them with simple and innocent questions. Also, the more you can make it seem like you're just genuinely interested in what goes on in their life, the better. That way, you can keep their guard down and not let them know that you're suspicious of them, making them less likely to shut down the conversation. Once you catch the liar in a lie, you can start to press them on this and turn up the pressure as they'll try to cover for that lie with more lies. Sooner or later, they won't be able to keep it up and you'll have the truth. The final method is a tried and true way that the American police force get potential criminals to confess to crimes every day. This, of course, is to fight lies with more lies, to make criminals think there's a mountain of evidence against them and that they have no choice but to confess. So, if you think someone is lying, you can just tell them that you have evidence of their lies. So, if someone is claiming to have been out with their friend John, you can just say that you asked John and he said that they weren't together, even if that's not true. Of course, this has the potential to backfire greatly if the liar in question is actually telling the truth and should only be used if you're positive someone is lying. Personally, I would try to use some of the other earlier methods on this list, like doing some, sweet backflips, and then revisit this one on the low chance that that doesn't work.